Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy DRK0 coming at you with another GTA car customization. This time we are doing the Zion, also known as the BMW in real life. We are doing the two-door model in this actual customization. But hope you guys enjoy. Sit back, relax, and let's jump right into this. Now jumping into the actual car customization itself. This car doesn't have lots of exterior mods in terms of looks. It has little things like the titanium exhaust, it has the carbon hood, the carbon roof and stuff like that, and a spoiler, but there's no really much else. But this car doesn't necessarily need it. It already looks good, like it has a nice body kit on it. It's just like a BMW in real life, like a BMW expensive car. It looks good and you don't really need to do lots of mods to it, and it already looks good. There's little things that help with its look, obviously, with like the spoiler and stuff, and lowering it make it look a lot better. And the roll cage in this is actually black and not brown like my last car I did. This one, the roll cage in this actually looks really good. But it ain't a car that needs lots of mods, but it still looks really good. And that's the one advantage to this car, and you don't waste lots of money in buying bumpers if you're doing this online, which nowadays doesn't really matter because of the money glitch. But it's still a nice car, and it definitely is up there in terms of looks. Now getting into the actual braking and acceleration of this car. This car, when it comes to acceleration, it does take a while to get to its top speed. It isn't like an insta top speed or a crazy fast car either. It doesn't have a super high top speed. But it is a pretty good car. It is, when it gets there, it accelerates. Once it actually gets past the beginning launch and stuff, it does accelerate fast after that. And once it gets to its top speed, it's a pretty good top speed. Now when it actually comes to braking this car brakes in like an instant, as you'll see coming up right here. This car brakes like right away, and I was comparing it to the wall. This thing didn't even get halfway. This car will brake on command, which is amazing. This car's brakes are like top of the line. They brake instant. And that makes it really good because you can get a lot farther with top speed and brake later and take a corner pretty good on this actual car. Now when it actually comes to handling on this car probably has one of the best handlings in the game that I've actually driven. This car, it's super tight, which means it's good for actually taking corners just smoothly. And that's where it actually excels. It will take it smoothly. It won't slide on you, nothing. This car will take a corner, it'll take it no problem. And since it has really good brakes, and the brakes slow it down super fast, it'll slow it down right before the end, and you just take that corner without sliding at all. But that is one of the cons of this actual vehicle. If you want this vehicle for drifting and stuff, I would not recommend it. I have some clips coming up where I actually try to drift it, and the thing is, the car, it feels like a heavy car in the game. It doesn't feel like a light car whatsoever. So when you're actually taking that drift and stuff, it will slow down a lot before it actually comes to the excelling out. And GTA sort of has that. It has that in the game built in, but this car does it a lot. You will get nice drifts here and there, but the thing is, you need lots of speed to get a good, decent drift in this car, which is what sort of makes it bad. Like, you get some maps that people make where they're drifting maps, but they're not the biggest maps in the world, and you don't have a lot of time to actually excel to a good, solid speed. You get some nice drifts, like that one right there was pretty nice, but as you see, it slows down a lot when it comes to accelerating out of it. It just slows down almost completely, which is probably one of the cons of this car. But other than that, if you want a car for, let's say you want like a track sort of game, like, oh, you're playing Forza and stuff, and like you want to stick to the ground, this car is really good for that. But when it comes to drifting, I would not recommend this car whatsoever when it comes to that matter. Overall, I still think this car is a really good car. When it comes to braking, it'll stop on an instance where you want it at its max speed too, and when it takes a corner, it'll take it without sliding, nothing. You just take it perfectly on. The only con of this actual car is that the fact that it won't drift. But overall, I'll probably give this car a good solid 4 out of 5, 3.75 to 4 out of 5. But one little Easter egg before I actually end this: if you look into the engine bay, this car actually has twin turbos, and I did not notice that, and I was like freaking out when I found that out. But what do you guys think of this car? Tell me in the description. Tell me what car you guys would like me to do this overview next, and hope you guys enjoyed. Rate, comment, subscribe. Peace.